Back to the questions and things that we have. Back to you, Adam, I suppose. And obviously, you touched upon a few use cases that you guys have used from a sort of a more private and sort of sales and marketing perspective. So, in terms of AI's role beyond the sort of social side, we've kind of touched on it for the likes of repairs diagnostics and sort of checking certain processes so far. What opportunities do you see from your side in terms of moving forwards from an AI point of view?
From our point of view, from my kind of point of view, but I'm sure Nick might agree as well, is the big thing that AI could bring soon, or can already bring maybe, is looking at the data that we have and trying to look for the patterns that we can't see.
Yeah.
Those are the big things that AI can really help with, is that massive amount of data that we now create on a daily basis, and how do we find patterns that really help us to make the right choices and more clever choices, basically.
I think it's a really good point, using AI to help with that side of things, because you're right in that, even from our experience of whether it be sort of deploying a customer app or a customer portal into a housing association, because there is so many of these different systems with different types of data in, and our client finds it hard to sort of tie these things together to form out the insights. From our point of view, we've got to create integrations with all these different things, but from our client's point of view, they're struggling to. Quite often, something we hear is we're struggling to utilize our data that we have to find the insights that we know are there somewhere. And I think using AI, I think Platform Housing have done something around this. We've got conversations coming up with around sort of revisiting this topic as well, because when we originally spoke to a couple of guys there, they're using AI in some way, shape or form to analyze data for that sort of purpose that you mentioned. It is because when we talk about customer centricity and the way customer service and things are going, it is more personalized year by year, and expectations and preferences, obviously personalization, because why would people want non-personalized sort of comms, I suppose. And I think feeding into that is segmentation of data, and at the moment it's very difficult, which I think is slowly changing. You mentioned Salesforce rollout at your place, Nick, and it does feel like we did a webinar a few months ago on the fact that CRMs are now growing into the housing space, and obviously outside of the housing space, they've been around for a while. Obviously, Salesforce being a big part of that, Dynamics and HubSpot as well. So no, that's a really good point, Adam. Really good point.